Shalom, it's Jeremiah Call. Before we start off, I want to give all the praises to the Father and the Son. Barak Yahweh, Barak Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Shai, Barak Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Yahweh is the true name of the person the people call God, and Yahushai is the true name of the person the people call Jesus. Today, when we get into a World War III update, we're going to hit a couple articles, then a couple precepts. It says, World War III plan considered for all 18-year-olds being considered in Germany amid call for UK to prep for all-out war with NATO and Putin. And all these NATO nations are already at war with Russia, World War III has already, began back in 2022 when the Russia and Ukraine war started. And, these different nations are getting ready. They're trying to conscript the 18-year-olds so they can have enough troops to keep putting in the front lines, And NATO and Russia are already actively at war, man. Look at how much ammunition all these different NATO countries have sent to Ukraine to fight against Russia. You look at all these different mercenaries that all these different countries have sent to fight at Russia. But to fight against Russia, they are already at war with each other. They just haven't come out publicly and put it in the news. But, they are at war with each other actively right now. And we have another article. Estonia seriously discussing sending troops to rear jobs in Ukraine. It says the government of Estonia is seriously discussing the possibility of sending troops into western Ukraine to take over non-direct combat near rear roles from Ukrainian forces in order to free them up to fight. Come on, man. Do you really think these countries are gonna send troops to Ukraine just to be fucking people in the kitchen doing little roles like that? No, man. When these different NATO countries send troops or fight against Russia, man, they're not just gonna be doing rear jobs, man. They're gonna be actively participating in the fight. And we have another one. Poland ready to host nuclear weapons, declared president, prompting a response from Moscow. So you got Poland wanting to have nukes. Another report which came out yesterday, you have Finland saying they're ready to host nuclear nukes. Man, how do you think Russia is going to respond to that, man? So, all these sayings are only escalatory and making the tensions higher, man. And again, Russia and NATO are already at war with each other. A report came out a month or two ago. It said French mercenaries died in Ukraine. And, also, this was I think around a year ago. It said it was a NATO command center underground in, Ukraine. And it said a Russian missile strike hit it and took out top NATO generals, man. So, NATO is actively at war with Russia right now. Them got all these countries sending missiles, sending tanks, sending air defense systems. And they're also sending mercenaries to fight. So if you're doing all these things, you are actively participating and engaging in the fight and in the war. And also, if you look at the location, Estonia, right in Russia's backyard. Sweden, right in Russia's backyard. Poland, right in Russia's backyard. It's like NATO was purposely formed right in Russia's backyard, man. And a lot of these current NATO states, like Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, they used to be Ukraine, used to be all part of the USSR, man. Basically, the Soviet Union. How war is brewing, and it will only continue to expand and get more destructive, man. Now we have a precept. It's Ecclesiasticus 3:8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time of peace. And right now, man, in these last days, in these end times which we are in, we are in that time of war, man. We are in that time of destruction. And I have another precept. Joel 3:9-10. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And these Gentiles, these heathens, are preparing for war. A lot of these heathens, like the Russians, the Ukrainians, they are actively in war and have actively been in war ever since 2022, when Russia formally invaded Ukraine. And not only is these heathens at war with each other in Russia, Ukraine, you got the Arabs, the Gazans versus the Israelis, the Amalekites. You got that going on. You got Hezbollah versus Amalekites, Israel going on. So you got Iran shot all those missiles and drones at Israel, the fake Israel, like a month ago. So these heathens are in that war spirit, man. Then you got all these different NATO countries talking about the possibility of sending troops to Ukraine. The reason they're thinking about sending troops to Ukraine because Ukraine is getting their ass handed to them by the Russians. And you got Russia, about to start, starting that offensive. So this thing is about to heat up and get more active, man. Not only on the Russian and Ukraine front, but in the whole world, man. Verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And that's what these nations are doing, man. They're producing ammunition. They're getting ammunition and weapons sent to them from other nations to help aid in their war. They are gathering up, just like in Ukraine right now. They are gathering up men to fight in the battle. And in the article we brought out, it said what Germany was considering plans to conscript all 18-year-olds. Okay, they are not just doing these things as a if, like it might happen. These heathens, these military leaders, they know that the direct clash with NATO and Russia is inevitable. It can't be avoided, and it must happen because it's prophecy, man. I have another precept. This is 2nd Esdras 16 and 34. Well, 16 and 33. It says, the virgin shall mourn having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. Verse 34. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. That's saying that these men, even this is happening in Ukraine right now, man. Notice this is happening in Ukraine right now. These women's husbands are getting destroyed in the war. This is also happening in Russia right now. This is happening in Gaza, Israel right now. This is happening in Lebanon right now. So this is happening in multiple places in multiple countries around the world right now. In war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. Isn't men dying all around the world in these wars, right now? It says, and their husbands shall perish of famine. And also if you look at Gaza right now, they're experiencing a hard famine. And it's literally people over there perishing of famine, man. And it's men over there perishing in the wars. It's women being left without their husbands. So it's like all these things is happening right now. And we are in World War III, man. So, if we know that we are in World War III, we know that we are in the end, man. And with that, I hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Until next time, Israel, Shalom. Yakal, which means endure in our native tongue. Shalom.